Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
はい、私、マックマリンです。
私はグレイグ・テイラーです。よろしく
And
お願いします。
welcome to Musings number 19.
Number 19.
Musings from Japan, 19.
19.
19. And that means this is our annual Christmas special.
Anyway. How can you have annual if you haven't even done it yet?
Oh, this is our first Christmas special.
There you go, first.
Okay, and then what we're going to discuss today is Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas and holiday. Oh, look at what you got there. You got a Mark 2020 Santa. And
yeah,
he has a mask.
He has
a mask on his mouth. Is that an image? Is it a cartoon? Is it a superimposed cartoon, or is it? Oh, it's real.
It's real. It's an elf, and a friend of mine in Hawaii. They sent these Christmas presents, and they have a little elf with the mask on, and hello, and he's sitting on my microphone today. He's going to be our partner, and I got Whitey back here. Please, no racist comments. This is Whitey. He's my
I'm
snowman.
recording this from another room in the house, so I can have some privacy here. But this is my living room in the other room. This is from my living room, and this is my. As you can see in the background, this is my family Christmas tree.
Ho, ho, ho.
So
looking good, Greg. Looking good. I kind of like the mixture of in your background of the Christmas tree, the stockings, the calendar, and the Japanese certificate on the back wall.
Yeah, no, that's an old certificate. So after I took this picture, my wife took it down.
Oh, but I kind of like it because it tells us that, you're in Japan.
That's right.
So
and I think that's the only way you would know I was in Japan by that certificate right there. And maybe possibly the wall, because it doesn't look like a wall, an American wall per se, with the door frame
but I can barely see it. So actually I think it worked out well, Rick. I think you can get away with it.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah. Okay. So what we're going to discuss today, actually, the Christmas stuff that we're going to talk about Christmas in Japan, because maybe you don't know what the heck we do here in Japan, since Japan is not a Christian country, and Japan technically doesn't have there is no Christmas holiday.
No holiday.
No holiday. Actually, Greg, you're working on Christmas, right?
I believe so. The first time in my time in Japan that I've worked on Christmas.
Now, technically, my office is open, and we're open for business. We won't, let me look on the calendar. The office will be closed from the 29th, but they're working all the way through December 28th. Greg, how about you? The same? You're working through the 28th?
I'm working through the 28th.
Yeah. So this is normal in Japan. But people do celebrate Christmas in a way. So I did a survey of my students excuse me, this past week, and I'm just checking what kind of things that they they would eat or drink or do on Christmas. So the number one thing that they do is they eat cake.
Yes, I believe we are ordering a Christmas cake.
Okay, what kind of Christmas cake though? I've got 3 cakes that are popular. So which one did you order?
Not sure, but maybe you can talk about the cakes and I can figure out if we have one of them ordered.
Well, the most popular one that they ordered is the strawberry shortcake.
Oh, yeah.
It's a white cake with strawberries around and nice filling, and usually it has some sort of little trees or candles on top of it to make it Christmassy. Then that's number 1. Number 2 was the chocolate cake, but now we have 2 kinds of chocolate cake that they like. One is the log cake.
Yeah,
it looks like it looks like a log. It looks like a Yule log.
A Yule log, yeah.
A roll cake, but chocolate, and you slice it and it has nice swirls of frosting.
That's yummy.
Yeah, it's yummy. And the other one is just like a chocolate cake, but it's very the sheen of the chocolate is like a mirror. Have you seen that? It has this nice.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
Yeah, that's very popular. And the third one is Mont Blanc.
Oh, yeah.
Or as they call it in Japanese, Mont Blanc. It's Mont Blanc, White Mountain, the French mountain, Mont Blanc, the White Mountain. Basically, it's shaped. It's a cootie, chestnut, and it's put into a cream form, and they swirl it, and they make looks like a little mountain, and then that's very popular. And
They like chestnuts here in Japan.
yeah, actually, yeah, they do roast chestnuts here, and they gather them and they crack them and they eat them, and it's a lot of good stuff they do.
But
with
it seems
chestnuts.
to me a more common part of food or diets than in America, for example.
What is that?
Chestnuts are
Because
very common here.
But is that because we live on the west coast of America? Because I know, like our friend Anders, they would have chestnuts. They would roast chestnuts.
I think that's possibly a regional thing in America, possibly.
Yeah. In fact, in California, I don't ever remember roasting chestnuts.
No.
I can remember roasting other kinds of nuts.
I mean, you're lucky if you get 2 or 3 weeks of really cold weather in California during the winter. And then it's cold, but it's nothing like
just have different traditions on the West Coast the way they do in the East and stuff.
Yeah.
And Christmas technically came a lot later to the West Coast anyway than it did into the Puritan Northeast and stuff like that, where the American traditions are pretty much based. So anyway, so cake.
Yeah. So that's seems to be a big tradition in Japan. It's turned into a big tradition where they have a Christmas cake and it says Merry Christmas on top, either in English or in Japanese. And it's I didn't like the idea when I first came here to Japan 7 years ago. I didn't particularly care for that idea, but I thought it was kind of silly. But when you live here long enough, you kind of assimilate. And so
go with the flow.
So we're gonna, I think, get a Christmas cake.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
and I'm looking forward to it. I am disappointed that it's not a day off. And because to me, Christmas seems like a holiday where you get the day off. But that's not Japan because it's not a Christian country.
I mean, that's your you don't want to apply your Christian values to another culture. So anyway, busy household. Greg's got a busy household because it's Christmas time. That's good. So the next thing we have here is the Christmas food. Now, unfortunately, there's no turkey or stuff readily available. You can order it. Like Greg, you had turkey for Thanksgiving, right?
Oh yeah, it was great.
Yeah. So we'll talk about how the meal was, but the number 2 thing that you eat at Christmas time in Japan is fried chicken.
Fried chicken, that's right.
And
Kentucky fried chicken.
I don't. Well, wait. I that's what I thought, But I actually, Kentucky fried chicken is very popular at Christmas time. But in Niigata, or at least with my students, Moe's fried chicken was more popular.
Oh, are you talking about Moe's Burger?
Yes, Moe's Burger. Moe's has fried chicken. It's an actual chicken. It's like it's a drumstick with a little bit of the thigh filleted on top of it. So it's a little bit
interesting.
Big. But Moe's chicken, to my students, is more popular than Kentucky Fried Chicken. I should say this. Most of my students are girls. All the boys selected Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Okay.
Actually, one boy said his father and him, they buy a barrel. Now in America, we can get the barrel. I'm not sure if they still have the big barrel like at Kentucky, 24 pieces or something like that, 36 pieces.
Yeah, that was kind of a fun thing to get.
Yeah, but here you get a 12-piece barrel. That's like the big thing. So you go to Kentucky Fried Chicken, order 12 pieces, and they just smack down on a 12-piece barrel. That's my student and his father. But the girls, they might have 1 or 2 Kentucky, but they like the most because they can get a most chicken set, and it comes with either French fries or onion rings. So you can get like 12 pieces of most chicken with 6 servings of onion rings.
That sounds great.
See, yeah. That's the reaction that they got.
Speaking of onion rings, I think I'm going to eat some onion rings today.
Ooh. Oh, wait a minute. Where are you going for lunch today? It's almost lunch. Just so you know, everyone, it's around 11:15 in the morning here on Sunday.
I'm
December what's it, 13th?
Yeah, so we're filming this before Christmas because
Yeah,
it's going to
so-
get busy.
Yeah. So what are you having for lunch today then? You're gonna have lunch in about an hour.
We're going to go to Burger King and try out our
Wait.
new local Burger King.
That's the one that you talked about last Musings.
Yes.
Ah, okay. So we need a report. Do a live report, get your video on, and then give it to me.
Yeah,
and
we'll
I'll
see
put it.
about that. But needless to
well.
say, it's really exciting, because it's like Burger King onion rings, like you and I had at Apita in Niigata about 4 years ago. 4 years ago.
4 or 5, yeah.
4 or
Yeah,
5
so-
years ago, they had a
yeah.
Burger King that came in and was there, and we went there at least together, and twice or several times. So we'd go there. So,
well, I remember one time was in the snow, right? When you were
well,
moving.
the one of them, it was around January 11th,
And it was
2016.
snowing.
It was that day. That day was the start of a very snowy week.
And that was like one of the worst winters we had.
That was a
In
very
recent
snowy winter, and the winter before that too was pretty snowy as well.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that one was pretty bad.
So
The next year was the worst. Right now, Greg, it's your favorite. It's Arare. Outside my window.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
so-
love arare. For those of you who don't know what arare is small, tiny hail.
Mm.
It's very small and it's very dry hail,
Yeah.
and it's noisy because it falls, and it can fall just like really heavily.
But it's not chunks like real hail.
No, it's
just
like
this-
round balls.
Yeah, and that for us here where I live, and Greg knows because he lived here, this is the beginning of winter, and soon tomorrow, I would say 24 hours from now, that those little white balls will be snowflakes.
Well, what's interesting is that we were watching the weather today, and I was watching the weather through YouTube, and they were showing this massive cold air coming down from Siberia and China and Russia,
Yeah.
and it's spreading
Yeah.
south, and it's now covering Hokkaido, and Hokkaido's getting heavy snow, and it's spreading your way, and it's going to cover Japan. And next week, even here in Okazaki in central Japan on the Pacific coast, we have a 50% chance of snow, because the high for the day will only be like 38 or 39, and then the low will be down to freezing Fahrenheit.
Yeah, and see, and I'm just not into snow. Greg, for some reason,
I
loves snow.
Yeah.
But I having lived in it for 30 years now, I just can't get used to it. I don't like shoveling. I don't like dealing with it. Last year was a godsend because we had absolutely no snow here. I had a whole winter. It was cold.
I think you had a snowstorm, one tiny snowstorm.
That wasn't a snowstorm. It was just hail. It was just arare stuff.
Yeah, and then for some mysterious reason you didn't have any snow. But
global warming. It's not mysterious. It's global warming.
Yeah.
I think I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, if you get upset by this next comment, please put the mute on now. I'm really a proponent for global warming.
Oh, because you don't like the cold weather.
I don't like cold weather. Okay, but we're back in now. Yes. It's good that we take care of ourselves in this climate change.
Yeah.
Anyway, so fried chicken. So are you going to have fried chicken, Greg, for your?
No, we're gonna have roast beef.
Very good, Greg. Roast
Yeah,
beef.
we're
We
gonna
said the
have
magic
roast beef.
word. Yeah, roast.
Last night we had garlic steak, and it was with garlic, and it was a steak. It was actual steak, and it was in a sauce that my
nice.
wife made. That was with
Nice.
soy sauce, ketchup,
Chestnuts.
no chestnuts,
Oh.
garlic.
Just thought, what the heck?
And what else? Wine, a little bit of wine, a little bit of red wine that she used to make the
Me
sauce,
with
and
it.
it was delicious. And then
Take out the
whipped-
sauce. Just put
whipped
the
mashed
wine.
potatoes.
That's nice. Though.
Yeah, or the mashed potatoes, and they were so creamy, and and the taste was just perfect. It was
Just be honest, Greg. You like it whipped.
I like whipped potatoes. Yes.
Yeah, whipped.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greg, you masochist. You.
Yeah.
Anyway, so roast beef. That's good. Now I don't know what I'm going to have this year. I haven't decided. It'd probably be chicken or tacos. I might make enchiladas. That's what I was thinking about doing. Making enchiladas.
I would dare to say that you make one of the best enchilada or casserole I've ever eaten. Yeah, it makes it even more special by the fact that it's here in Japan, where those ingredients are hard to come by.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when we've had on several occasions your casserole, or your with mole and the sauce and the actual tortillas,
right.
It's a very special thing, and it's nice to have friends sometimes that can ship you or bring you. Or you bring your own tortillas from America.
Yeah, when I used to go, or if I went on a school trip with the students, just pack up a lot of Mexican stuff, put it in my suitcase, and bring it back with me. But anyway, let's see. Okay, so the number 3 thing then, they've got the main food, the chicken or in case roast beef or enchiladas. We got the cake, we got the dessert. Notice that dessert's number 1 here. Okay. What to drink? I asked, what do you drink then? What do you like to drink? Is there any special drink? Now, just before Greg talks, it tells me what he's going to do. When I came here 30 years ago, my first Christmas in Japan, it was the fried chicken, it was the Christmas cake, and then you had this kind of sparkling cider they called a chamonix. It was like a sparkling apple cider. That was like a Martinelli's that we would have. Remember Martinelli's, Greg? It was something like that. So that was kind of the thing. You'd have the cake, the chicken, and a sparkling apple cider. Not alcohol necessarily, but that was your Christmas. So I asked the students, are you going to drink anything sparkling? They went, no idea. Nothing. So maybe their parents would know, but they have no idea. So let me ask Greg, what are you going to drink?
Don't know.
There's no special drink. You're not going to have, you don't have a special juice or something like that. You just regular water, wine, long tea.
Yeah, I don't know yet. It's still a ways away, but we.
So it's not important to the celebration.
Well, maybe, but see, we have kind of an American Christmas at my house.
Really? Also, you're going to have eggnog.
No eggnog, but if eggnog, isn't it hard to come by here?
You can actually buy it if you go to I think check your Eon Style, the new one. They have it in a carton.
Oh,
go look in the milk section or where they have milks and creams and.
What is it? Does it taste like eggnog?
I've had it. Yeah, it is pretty much, and I've actually had it with rum in it.
Oh,
so, in Japan, but I've seen it at Eon before. Hadashin. Well, I don't know if you have Hadashin there. Remember Hadashin here?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, sure.
So a supermarket like that's a little higher end than just.
What about Amica? Do you have Amica?
We don't have Amica, so I don't know if that's equivalent to
Amica.
Hadashin.
Has a lot of Western things there, and it's it's a little supermarket.
We would have the.
You have Mikawaya?
No, I mean, but it's like a Yamaya. Do you have Yamaya? Remember that?
I think we have Yamaya.
Yeah, because Yamaya's Eon.
I'll tell you what we have. We have Welshia now. At the Eon town.
That's national.
And you have a Welshia in pharmacy.
Because Welshia is owned by Eon.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I found that out. I think we mentioned Welshia last time on Musings, and a friend of mine told me, oh, but Welshia belongs to Eon. That's why.
Oh,
so Welshia and Yamaya are both Eon stores.
Oh.
So check that out. Check those out. They probably will have it. So check the cart. You can get eggnog.
Yeah.
But, so you said you have more of a American style because you're.
Well, look at our Christmas tree.
Well, Yeah.
Here in Japan,
is it real? Is it real?
No, but in America, many trees aren't real. People have
actually
Christmas trees.
I had wrote this down. Now, according to I think this was in the Washington Post. I don't know if you read the Washington Post.
I do read the Washington Post.
They said that now, because of in 1980, over 70% of the Christmas trees that were used on Christmas were real trees. They were cut and used. But since the conservation movement and trying not to use trees like that and to try to be, I don't know, to save the trees, it's gone completely opposite. More than 70% of the trees now are artificial.
So I would make a comment about that.
Wait, what? Disclaimer: this could be politically taken out of context.
No, it has nothing to do with global warming. Has nothing to do with
save the trees.
Ecosystem. Save the trees. All it has to do is planting a Christmas tree and letting it grow in a Christmas tree farm, and then they harvest it, and then you have a real tree. That's all they have to do.
See, that harvesting could be considered cutting, destroying the natural ecosystem of some.
It's called growing a Christmas tree.
I know.
So that's all I have to say about it. But my Christmas tree is not. Yeah, my Christmas tree is not real.
Yeah.
It's actually real, but it's synthetic, and so
real.
Yeah, but look,
synthetic. No, it looks real. You mean?
But it has lights and everything on it, it's great. We bought our lights at Don Quixote.
Cheap lights, good.
Yeah, and so we got lights, and they're great, and it's a nice big Christmas tree. Actually, it's taller than me, and it's big. It's oki, and
it's oki. Okay.
It's big, and the thing is, Christmas trees, aren't that common per se in Japan at many houses, because some parents think they're only for kids.
Yeah, most parents think that here. I asked, again, going back to my student survey, I asked some of the students, do you have a Christmas tree or put decorations in your house? And now most of the kids, no, because my students are 18, 19, 20, 21 years old. And I said, no, they don't have a Christmas tree. Oh, so did you have a Christmas tree when you were young? Yeah, when we were a child, but now we don't do that. So, okay, Greg, let me ask you this. You have those stockings I see hanging on your chimney with care. Well, it's not a chimney, but anyway, do you put presents in the stockings for your kids?
No. I don't think we will, but I don't know. I mean, I can't remember. But my wife does it. She hung up the stockings.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but when I was a kid, we hung up stockings, but not all the time. Actually, we didn't have stockings in my house. We didn't hang them up. We didn't put anything in them if we did hang them up.
We hung them up at my family house when I grew up as a kid, but nothing was put in them.
Right. It's just decorations. So.
It's a decoration, yeah. And those are decorations there.
But you will exchange gifts.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's good.
And that's what I find a lot of families do in Japan. The kids get gifts.
They'll get gifts, but when they get older, they don't get gifts per se.
Yeah.
So for my students,
and see here in Japan, you have what do you call it? The game. It's the presents New Year's is the biggest holiday of the year in Japan, and that's at the end of the month. So,
and they get what? What do kids get?
Gin. What do you call it?
Otoshidama.
Yeah.
Otoshidama means money.
Yeah.
Mula, dinero. Yeah, they get,
and that's what money.
And that's what my students are. They said, I said, do you get gifts? No, but at New Year's we get money.
And it's like it can equal hundreds of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
depending on the wealth of the family and the need of the child. Usually, otoshidama comes from the grandparents.
yes.
So and grandparents here love everywhere. Grandparents love to spoil their grandchildren, so therefore, yeah, hundreds of dollars could be exchanged.
Oh, I just realized, isn't the deadline for sending Ninga Joes out?
No,
Isn't
Joe is New Year's cards, by the way.
and that's like the 15th, isn't it? Aren't you supposed to have them out by the 15th?
In your area, maybe, because you are living in an area that has well over 2 or 3 million people. Not us in the countryside.
No, I mean we have like we have tens of millions in my prefecture.
Well, in the prefecture, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
but I was just looking at your city in your area. But yeah, no, I mean, Niigata prefecture doesn't maybe have like 3 million people. So no, actually, Greg, it's a secret, but I'm not sending any New Year's cards.
Wow, that's rare. You always send New Year's cards.
Last year, I didn't.
Wow.
Because nobody sent me anything.
Oh, you always get cards.
Well, last year I got some cards, but they didn't come on New Year's Day. They came like a couple days later. And so I decided, I'm going to save a tree and not and get a postcard. No, but I do send postcards on my smartphone. So I send, you can send Nengajo on your smartphone.
Oh, you have the Japanese app.
See, Greg, this is what you got to do. You got to dive into the Japanese culture in an electronic way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it saved you money. Yeah, Ho, ho, ho.
It might do that.
Yeah, I mean, just something like that. I mean, I remember at one time, Greg, more arare. At one time, I sent, I think the max I sent was like 75 or 100, almost 100 cards. I never sent that many Christmas cards. I'd send out these New Year's cards. It's like, it's not worth it anymore, And then you get the cards back and they have a lottery. Each card is registered and you get a little number on it. And then possibly you can get millions of yen, right? Lots of dollars, lots of money, right? The most I ever got was postage stamps or fruit.
Oh, or fruit.
Fruit. I got a case of tangerines. Yeah. Anyway,
so when you were growing up in America, you had a Christmas tree, right?
Of course, we cut them down. We would go steal one from the neighbor.
and when do you take down your Christmas tree for the year?
We don't take it down. We would chop it up and burn it.
What day?
Depended.
On what?
It depended on when my grandpa said it's time to cut that tree down.
Would it be like? Are you talking like in your house? You put it in your house?
Yeah, of course, we put the tree in the house, and then when
when did you remove it from the house? What day?
It depended. It depended on the condition. January, sometime after the Feast of the Epiphany.
When's that?
Well, it depends if you're Greek Orthodox or Catholic. Us Catholic, the Feast of the Epiphany is January 6th. If you're Greek Orthodox, it's January 16th. For those of you who don't remember what the Feast of the Epiphany is, that is, by tradition, the day that the 3 wise men showed up at Jesus' door. It's like, oh, hey, what's up, man? I got some gifts for you. And they would give them the gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I
learned something new.
See, being raised a Catholic, I remember all these stupid things. It's not stupid. Sorry. Another thing I should not say. It's not stupid. I remember all these things. Yeah. Well, okay. Excuse me. I'm going to go off on a tangent here. Remember the things that you did at home, Greg, right? What kind of traditions did you have when you were a kid? Like you said, the Christmas tree.
We drank eggnog.
Eggnog. You said you have a certain day.
Had a fruitcake. Everybody always got a fruitcake every year. My sister even sent me fruitcakes here in Japan, and she stopped doing that.
Wow. And then you exchange gifts on Christmas morning or
Christmas Eve.
Right, Christmas Eve, same thing,
Christmas Eve. We always had Christmas Eve gifts after dinner.
Yeah.
And after things settled down, my family, we had Christmas Eve on Christmas Eve. That was just a family tradition.
Right. And same. And then we would eat tamales. In Mexican, we'd have tamales,
And my sister, let me just put it this way: we had connection with a wonderful Mexican American family. We would get tamales every year,
Tamales, yes.
and we had we actually had several connections, so we'd get tamales from a couple different people.
But see, Greg, we made them. So
They were homemade.
no, I made tamales. I mean, physically.
Yeah,
Now it's different, Greg. You're white privilege here. You're showing your white privilege here.
yeah.
I had connections with some brown people down the street.
I wouldn't say brown people. I don't think that way.
I know. Just yanking your chain. What?
Yeah.
Wait. So, okay, yeah, so, great, right? Now, I learned this year of one Christmas tradition that I had no idea existed.
And what was that?
It's called Elf on the Shelf.
Elf on the Shelf.
Do you know this tradition?
No, I don't know it.
I talked to some of the teachers at my school who are in their 20s. They know. They said, yeah, this has happened since around 2004.
Where, in Japan?
No, in America.
Oh, well, 2004.
Yeah, you
Never
were
heard
there.
of it.
Elf
Yeah.
on the Shelf was a book, a children's book, and it talks about. I think the premise was what one of the teachers told me is that the writer's daughter asked a question one time. It says, "How does Santa Claus know if you're good or bad?"
I don't know how.
And she made up a story, and she said, "Well, because he has spies everywhere looking at you." Well, I've never seen it, so watch out, they're there. And so what she did was she got like an elf, a little elf, and she wrote a whole story about there's an elf that sits on the shelf over your bed or something, and that elf is actually watching you and reports back to Santa Claus that if you're good or bad. And then people started using this elf on the shelf that they would put in the washroom and in the bathroom, put the toothbrush in the elf's hand, and so if you better brush your teeth, and I don't want to brush my teeth, what elf on the shelf will know. And they go in the bathroom and there's elf is holding the toothbrush. Oh crap, I gotta brush. It's a way to condition kids to be good, I guess. But now there's a whole tradition of elf on the shelf. It's a little kid thing, maybe not for you or me, Greg, but you know, I never heard of this stuff. You never heard either, right? We're either we're too old or we're just out of touch.
Probably both.
Yeah, and I'm definitely out of touch. And a lot of people don't remember Advent calendars. Do you remember your Advent calendar?
Sure. We had those every year.
I'm telling
you'd open each little day,
right?
You get a little secret, a little thing. Oh, what's under this door, or what's under this window, or whatever.
I was telling another teacher
this tab.
Yeah, I was telling this. Did you have an Advent calendar? They said, what's that?
Then you'd have to remember. Okay, what day is it today? Is it the 12th?
Right. I mean, it's just amazing. Like I said, the Feast of the Epiphany. Man, I that day is like ingrained in my head. Even the Greek Orthodox.
One thing I'm glad about Japan though is that for the things that people like Santa Claus or whatever. And I'm giving you a picture for this Musings from Japan.
Everyone, please, when you look at if you want to see more, look at the beginning and the ending credits, and you'll see Greg in his beautiful Santa Claus costume.
Yeah, and so but Santa is very popular here, and sometimes they're called. Well, I don't know. It's usually called Santa-san.
I've never heard that.
Or Santa, well, anyway, you never hear it like Father Christmas. You never hear the British,
Well, no, not that. But
they sometimes say Happy Christmas here in Japan.
Well, that's what it is.
And
Merry Christmas was what this is only an American thing. A Merry Christmas was at that poem. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. That poem is at the end of the poem. That the original version said, have a happy Christmas to all good night. Happy Christmas to you and to all a good night, or something like that. But the editor of the newspaper, which was I forgot the name of the newspapers that it was in New York City. The guy said, "I don't like happy. We should change another word." And the editor changed the poem and put "Have a Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." I mean, he changed it to "Merry," but it was originally "Happy" because the British have always said "Happy Christmas," and that's what it's always been. But one newspaper editor in New York changed it to "Merry." Boom, we're merry.
Well, there it is.
How it is, huh?
Yeah. So
Thank you, New
anyway,
York.
but I think it's Merry Christmas. So for me, it's in my family, it's Merry Christmas.
Oh ho ho.
But yeah, now it's setting up for winter. It's winter's here.
Yeah, and it
And
looks we might have a white Christmas.
it's
Greg.
windy outside here in central Japan, as I said, and it's mostly cloudy, and the storms coming in. You're getting hail today. You're getting right now. Is it still hailing right now?
It stopped, but it's windy and it's cold, and it's going to snow tomorrow. So
we have our kerosene stove running in the living room kitchen area.
say it. I don't have that running. I have my little electric stove, which just went out, my electric heater, and my feet are getting cold as we're talking.
You mean it died, or it just stopped?
No, the timer.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
It's a safety thing.
Yeah.
Don't want to burn down the house. So, but anyway, Greggy, so is there any special wish then? I think we need to end for you because you have lunch coming up.
Burger King.
So, okay, let's check it out. How a special Christmas message from Santa Greg. It's Greg, you are a Santa Claus now in Japan. You have joined the ranks.
Thanks to you. Yeah, it's been fun being a Santa Claus in Japan. I just want to wish everybody a very safe and healthy Merry Christmas 2020 in this pandemic year of the Corona-19 COVID-19 virus. Corona-19, whatever it is.
Yeah, COVID-19.
It's not been a fun year for anybody, I don't think. And it's been you would think that 2020 would have been a great year. And I guess you can say it's a great year in many ways, but there's been a lot of tragedy and a lot of unfortunate things happening this year. But I'm thankful to be here. I'm thankful to be alive. I'm thankful to have a Christmas tree magically appear behind me. I'm thankful to have good friends and to be doing what I'm doing.
Sounds like a Thanksgiving message.
Well, it's a I think you can have Thanksgiving anytime you want.
Oh, that's Greg Taylor right there. Perfect.
Yeah. And so thank you for watching Musings from Japan number 19.
Yeah, well, my message will be I kind of agree with Greg. It's 2020's, it's been for me, it's been a one hell of a year. I've gone through.
That's right.
This whole year has been crazy, and but there's been some great stuff. There's some bad stuff, of course, but
thankful that you're here this year, Mark.
Thankful. Yeah, I had a heart attack and survived that, and doing better and taking care of myself. And I've enjoyed, doing musings with Greg. I mean, this has been fun. I mean, this is actually we started this right after my heart attack. I was just 1 week outside of a heart attack, and we started doing this. So this is my therapy. This is part of my training and my what do you call it? A rehabilitation. So thank you, Greg, for helping me get through all this stuff. And I want to thank all the people who watch us, all 25 people. And there might be more. I don't know. They don't push like. I have no idea. But if you're watching this, thank you very much for watching, and have a Merry Feliz Navidad, and have a Merry Christmas. Have a great a winter season. If you're not into the Merry Christmas stuff, have a great winter season, a winter holiday. Please take care of yourself because it looks like in Japan here it's going to snow and get cold this year. And Greg's going to love it, and I'm going to hate it, but that's okay. That's what it is, Ho, ho, ho. And also, I just want to mention that this Musings will be this is December 13th that we're recording this, so we're going to put this up. But Greg and I are going to be very busy. We have lots of things we have to do, work and other commitments. So we're going to try to do one more before the new year, right, Greg? That's our goal.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to try to do one more before the new year so we can finish out 2020 on 2020 with Musings from Japan number 20. That's the goal. Okay, Greg, got it?
Got it.
Okay, so we'll try to work that out, but just in case that who knows what happens or doesn't happen, I want to say also have a prosperous new year. And just in case you don't watch the number 21, have a happy new year as well. Okay, Greg, how's that?
That's great.
All right. So thank you for watching Musings from Japan number 19. And we'll see you next time. Have a Merry Christmas and maybe a Happy New Year.
Oh, no. Merry Christmas, everyone. And Happy New Year. Merry Christmas 2020.
Definitely a Happy New Year. We don't want anything to happen to you. See you guys. Bye.
See you. Bye-bye.